continue reading from Bell Hooks All About Love. Just go ahead and get your mat, get comfortable, get everything you need. I'm gonna get my tea. Way to meditate and give thanks in the morning is either drinking warm water with like lemon or drinking clear water daily, and whatever it is that you're consuming in the morning as you're sipping and you're allowing it to move through your body, you're saying a prayer and communing, right? And so like I have a friend who would wake up at like 4 in the morning just to have like a glass of water, just to kind of, it was just a water ritual of just like giving thanks and may this water like give me clarity and peace and calm, you know? And so maybe one of, your rituals can be some kind of practice like that, but whatever you're putting in your body, you're giving thanks for the ways in which you're nourished, for the ways that this vessel carries you, and moves you. Just things to incorporate in practice, right? To turn off the music because IG has been blocking my videos, and so if you have music that you can play in the background, go ahead and do that. I'm gonna bring our bowl. We're gonna start in seated position. We're gonna relax our shoulders. We're gonna smile, right, to relax our muscles. Your hands can be on your lap. You can close your eyes or not. Find a soft gaze somewhere on the wall. And let's inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Being really mindful of what you're taking in. Inhale. Inhale. What do you need today? Fill your body with everything that you need today. Do you need energy? Do you need love? Do you need creativity? Exhale what you don't need. Release it. I don't need fear. I don't need doubt. I don't need regret. I don't need shame. I release that. I release that. I release that. On the inhale, I'm inhaling everything good, prosperity, abundance that the universe provides. And on the exhale, I'm releasing my pain, my sadness, my fears. Keep breathing. Stand. Mountain pose. Let's take a deep breath. Inhale, arms up. And stretch, and let's reach, and let's look up, and let's connect to the universe. Let's point our hands and let's connect. Let's receive that energy from the universe. Maferefun. Moyugba Olofi, Moyugba Olorun, Moyugba Olodumare. Let's exhale and come down to a forward bend. Come down. If you can touch the ground, great. Good for you. You can grab your calves. You can grab your ankles. You can bend your knees. Lower your head, and let's inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let's come up to a half. Inhale, come up. Our sun salutation. Exhale, come down. Forward bend. Touch the ground. Left foot back. Right foot back. To a plank. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Knees down. Come all the way down. Head to mat. Come up to a half cobra. Come down. Lift. Come up. We give thanks. Hold it here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Come down. Come up to downward dog. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. You walk your feet to your hands or jump up if you can. Let's hang here. Feel that stretch. You should feel it in the back of your thighs. Inhale. Come up to mountain. Exhale, hand to heart. Let's stand here for a moment. Let's get grounded. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, come back down. Let's reach. Hands to mat. Let's hang here. Let's come up halfway. Lift our arms up to chair pose. Let's stay here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Come down. It's funny, the more we stretch, the more flexible we become, because I haven't ever been able to touch the ground at this level of where my legs are bent, so that's pretty amazing. Left leg back, right leg back. We're in plank. We're pressing back with our heels. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Knees to mat. Come down. Come up to half cobra. Come down. Come up to full. Table. Let's rotate our hips. Let's reverse. Let's come down to child's pose. Come up to downward facing dog. Let's walk up to our hands. Let's hang here. Let's come up. Exhale down. to a stretch, right? Up. And let's come down. Turn your left foot out. Bend your knee over your toe. Your right leg stays where it is. Foot facing forward. And let's move into warrior one. Inhale. Really feel that, the power of that pose. Inhale. I am a warrior. I am a fucking force. I am a beast. I am in control. I am fucking grounded. Back up. Turn your foot, come down, let's stretch. And let's shift. Right leg, right foot, let's turn it. Keep your left straight. Bend your knee over your toe, big toe. And let's inhale, turn right. You're looking at your like finger, like tip of your fingers. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Come on. Turn your foot. Inhale up. Exhale down. Come up. Arms down. Put your feet together. Let's come down to our mat. Grab your strap. Inhale. Exhale. Come forward. Let's really stretch that. Release. Left knee up. Left arm wraps around right knee. Right arm goes behind your back, and let's gentle stretch. You should be pushing your left leg out to really feel that stretch. Turn to face your shoulder for a deeper stretch. And release. Right arm around left knee, left arm behind your back, and let's stretch. For a deeper stretch, face the wall, look over your shoulder. And release. Left arm over your right knee, right arm behind your back, and let's gentle twist. Just looking to the right. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Let's forward bend. Let's come down to the mat. Let's come up. Inhale. Exhale. Walk our hands out. Stay here for a moment and set an intention. You can go ahead and get in corpse pose and relax as I read. Yo, congratulate yourselves if you showed up for 5 days in a row, because this morning I woke up from bed and I was feeling like I'm just not going to do yoga today. Not doing it. And I had every intention of just coming here and doing a seated meditation, but we did it, yo. We are on page 59, all about love at the very bottom. I'm just going to read the last excerpt, what we read yesterday. One reason women have traditionally gossiped more than men is because gossip has been a social interaction wherein women have felt comfortable stating what they really think and feel, often then asserting what they think at the appropriate moment. Women say what they think will please the listener. Later, they gossip, stating at that moment their true thoughts. This division between a false self invented to please others and a more authentic self need not exist when we cultivate positive self-esteem. So we are talking about self-esteem today. And the theme for like even our yoga session today and our meditative practice is creation. Like, what are we creating? What are we co-creating? What are we listening to? What is the world we're creating? The ideas, the thoughts. The feminist movement really helped women understand the personal power that is gained through positive assertiveness, self-assertiveness. Gloria Steinem's bestseller, Revolution from Within, cautioned women about the danger of achieving success without doing the necessary groundwork for self-love and self-esteem. She found that achieving women who still suffered internalized self-hatred invariably acted out in ways that undermined their success. And if the self-hating successful person did not act out, she may have lived a life of let me read that again. Gloria Steinem's bestseller, Revolution from Within, cautioned women about the danger of achieving success without doing the necessary groundwork for self-love and self-esteem. She found that achieving women who still suffered internalized self-hatred invariably acted out in ways that undermined their success. And if the self-hating successful person did not act out, she may have lived a life of private desperation, unable to tell anyone success does not, in fact, reverse crippled self-esteem. Success does not reverse crippled self-esteem. Success does not reverse crippled self-esteem. To complicate matters, women may feel the need to pretend that they are self-loving, to assert confidence, and power to the outside world, and as a consequence, they feel psychologically conflicted and disengaged from their true being, shamed by the feeling that they can never let anyone know who they really are. They may choose isolation and aloneness for fear of being unmasked. This is true of men as well. When powerful men reach the height of personal achievement in their careers, they often undermine all they have worked for by engaging in self-destructive behavior. Men who reside at the bottom of our nation's economic totem pole do this, and so do men at the top. President Clinton engaged in deceitful behavior, betraying both his personal commitments to his family as well as his political commitment to be a paragon of American values to the people of his country. He did so when his popularity was at an all-time high. Having spent much of his life achieving against the odds, his actions expose a fundamental law of self-esteem. Although he is a white male, Ivy League educated and economically well-off, privileged with all the accompanying perks, his irresponsible actions were a way of unmasking, of showing the world that he really was not a good guy. He was pretending to be. He created the context for a public shaming that no doubt mirrors moments of childhood shaming when some authority figure in his life made him feel he was worthless and that he would never be worthy no matter what he did. Anyone who suffers from low self-esteem can learn by his example. If we succeed without confronting and changing shaky foundations of low self-esteem, rooted in contempt and hatred, we will falter along the way. Damn, that entire part, yo. It is no accident that living purposely is the sixth element of self-esteem. According to Brandon, it entails taking responsibility for consciously creating goals, identifying the actions necessary to achieve them, making sure our behavior is in alignment with our goals, and paying attention to the outcome of our actions so that we see whether they are leading us where we want to go. More people are concerned about living purposefully when it comes to choosing the work we do. Unfortunately, many workers feel they have very little freedom of choice when it comes to work. Most people do not grow up learning that the work we choose to do will have a major impact on our capacity to be self-loving. Work occupies much of our time. Doing work we hate assaults our self-esteem and our self-confidence, yet most workers cannot do the work they love. But we can all enhance our capacity to live purposefully by learning how to experience satisfaction in whatever we do. We find that satisfaction by giving any job total commitment. When I had a teaching job I hated, the kind of job where you long to be sick so you have an excuse for not going to work, the only way I could ease the severity of my pain was to give my absolute best. This strategy enabled me to live purposely. Doing a job well, even if we do not enjoy what we're doing, means that we leave it with a feeling of well-being, our self-esteem intact. That self-esteem aids us when we go in search of a job that can be more fulfilling. Throughout my life, I have endeavored to not only do work I enjoy, but to work with individuals I respect, like or love. When I first declared my desire to work in a loving environment, friends acted as though I had truly lost my mind. To them, love and work did not go together, but I was convinced that I would work better in a work environment shaped by an ethic of love. Yes. May we all have experiences that are shaped by an ethic of love. Today, as the Buddhist concept of right livelihood is more widely understood, more people embrace the belief that work that enhances our spiritual well-being strengthens our capacity to love. Ache. Yes. And when we work with love, we create a loving working environment. Whenever I enter an office, I can immediately sense by the overall atmosphere and mood whether the workers like what they do. Marcia Senator writes about this concept in her book, Do What You Love, The Money Will Follow, as a way to encourage readers to take the risk of choosing work they care about and therefore learning through experience the meaning of right livelihood. While there are many meaningful insights in Senator's book, it is equally true that we can do what we love and money will not always follow. Although this is utterly disappointing, it can also offer us an experiential awareness that doing what you love may be more important than making money. Sometimes, as has been the case in my life, I have had to work at a job that is less than enjoyable in order to have the means to do the work I love. At one point, in a very mixed job career, I worked as a cook in a club. I hated the noise and the smoke, but working nights left me free to write in the day, to do the work I truly wanted to do. Each experience enhanced the value of the other. My nighttime work helped me relish the quiet serenity of my day and enjoy the alone time so essential to writing. Whenever possible, it is best to seek work we love and to avoid work we hate, but sometimes we learn what we need to avoid by doing it. Individuals who are able to be economically self-sufficient doing what they love are blessed. Their experience serves as a beacon to all of us, showing us the ways right livelihood as a beacon to all of us, showing us the ways right. Let me read that again. This experience serves as a beacon to all of us, showing us the ways right livelihood can strengthen self-love, ensuring peace and contentment in the lives we lead beyond work. Let's have some tea. Often, workers believe that if their home life is good, it does not matter if they feel dehumanized and exploited on the job. Many jobs undermine self-love because they require that workers constantly prove their worth. Individuals who are dissatisfied and miserable on the job bring this negative energy home. Clearly, much of the violence in domestic life, both physical and verbal abuse, is linked to job misery. We can encourage friends and loved ones to move toward greater self-love by supporting them in any effort to leave work that assaults their well-being. Folks who are out of the paid workforce, women and men who do unpaid work in the home, as well as all other happily unemployed people, are often doing what they want to do while they are not rewarded by an income. Their day-to-day life often provides more satisfaction than it would if they worked at a high-paying job in a stressful and dehumanizing environment. Let me read that again. Folks who are out of the paid workforce, so those of us unemployed, living beneath like poverty lines, women and men who do unpaid work in the home, as well as all other unhappily unemployed people, are often doing what they want to do. While they are not rewarded by an income, their day-to-day life often provides more satisfaction than it would if they worked at a high-paying job in a stressful and dehumanizing environment. Satisfied homemakers, both women and the rare men who have chosen to stay home, have a lot to teach us about all the joy that comes from self-determination. That's where we're moving towards, right? This idea of self-determination. They are their own bosses, setting the terms of their labor and the measure of their reward. More than any of us, they have the freedom to develop right livelihood. Most of us did not learn when we were young that our capacity to be self-loving would be shaped by the work we do and whether that work enhances our well-being. No wonder, then, that we have become a nation where so many workers feel bad. Jobs depress the spirit. Rather than enhancing self-esteem, work is perceived as a drag, a negative necessity. Bringing love to the work environment can create the necessary transformation that can make any job we do, no matter how menial, a place where workers can express the best of themselves. When we work with love, we renew the spirit. That renewal is an act of self-love. It nurtures our growth. It's not what you do, but how you do it. In the Knitting Sutra, Susan Liddon describes the labor of knitting as a freely chosen craft that enhances her awareness of the value of right livelihood. Sharing, what I found in this tiny domestic world of knitting is endless. It runs broader and deeper than anyone might imagine. It is infinite and seemingly inexhaustible in its capacity to inspire, excite, and provoke creative insight. Liddon sees the world that we have traditionally thought of as women's work as a place to discover godliness through the act of creating domestic bliss. A blissful household is one where love can flourish. Creating domestic bliss is especially useful for individuals living alone who are just learning to be self-loving. When we intentionally strive to make our homes places where we are ready to give and receive love, every object we place there enhances our well-being. I create themes for my different homes. My flat in the city has the theme Love's Meeting Place. As a small town person moving to a big city, I found that I needed my environment to truly feel like a sanctuary. I love that. Since my one-bedroom flat is so much smaller than the places I had been accustomed to living in, I decided to take only objects I truly loved, the things I felt I could not do without. It is amazing how much stuff you can just let go of. My country place has a desert theme. I call it Soledad Hermosa, beautiful solitude. I go there to be quiet and still and to experience the divine, to be renewed. Yes, bell hooks. Of all the chapters for this book, this one was the most difficult to write and for me the most difficult to read. When I talked with friends and acquaintances about self-love, I was surprised to see how many of us feel troubled by the notion, as though the very idea implies too much narcissism or selfishness. We all need to rid ourselves of misguided notions about self-love. We need to stop fearfully equating it with self-centeredness and selfishness. Self-love is the foundation of our loving practice. Self-love is the foundation of our loving practice. Without it, our other efforts to love fail. Giving ourselves love, we provide our inner being with the opportunity to have the unconditional love we may have always longed to receive from someone else. Whenever we interact with others, the love we give and receive is always necessarily conditional. Although it is not impossible, it is very difficult and rare for us to be able to extend unconditional love to others, largely because we cannot exercise control over the behavior of someone else, and we cannot exercise control over the behavior of someone else, and we cannot predict or utterly control the responses to their actions. We can, however, exercise control over our own actions. We can give ourselves the unconditional love that is the grounding for sustained acceptance and affirmation. When we give this precious gift to ourselves, we are able to reach out to others from a place of fulfillment, not from a place of lack. One of the best guides to how to be self-loving is to give ourselves the love we are often dreaming about receiving from others. There was that part. There was a time when I felt lousy about my over 40 body, saw myself as too fat, too this, too that, yet I fantasized about finding a lover who would give me the gift of being loved as I am. It is silly, isn't it, that I would dream of someone else offering to me the acceptance and affirmations I was withholding from myself? Read that again. I fantasized about finding a lover who would give me the gift of being loved as I am. It is silly, isn't it, that I would dream of someone else offering to me the acceptance and affirmation I was withholding from myself. This was a moment when the maxim, "you can never love anybody if you're unable to love yourself," made clear sense. And I add, do not expect to receive the love from someone else you do not give yourself. In an ideal world, we would all learn in childhood to love ourselves. We would grow, being secure in our worth and value, spreading love wherever we went, letting our light shine. If we did not learn self-love in our youth, there is still hope. The light of love is always in us, no matter how cold the flame. It is always present, waiting for the spark to ignite, waiting for the heart to awaken and call us back to the first memory of being the life force inside a dark place, waiting to be born, waiting to see the light. And that's the end of that chapter. Tomorrow we start chapter 5, spirituality and divine love. I'm not going to go live with people. I see some requests in there and I see some questions. I'm not going to answer any questions, but I will post the video and you can post your questions and comments in the chat and I can write them because I really want to protect my voice. And I've been giving a lot as of late. And so let's close out. There's a lot we received. I no longer withhold love from myself. I no longer withhold love from myself. I will 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 love myself so deeply that everything that I attract either matches the love I have for myself or exceeds it. I am creating the love that I want. I love myself so deeply, so passionately. Nobody loves me more than me. I put my love for myself first. I am love. I am worthy. I am love. I am worthy. I am love. I am worthy. I was born to inherit the the kingdom. As you move today, may you know that you are loved. May you know that you are worthy. What I wish for myself, I wish for you. And I love myself. I am madly in love with myself. I am creating the love that I expect, the love that I deserve. I am creating spaces of love. I am choosing jobs, opportunities, and experiences that are grounded in love. Anything that does not look like that has got to go. Ache, amen, namaste, and so it is. I will scroll through and see, I will no longer withhold love from myself. Yes. The book is all about love. New Visions, Bell Hooks. Let's breathe. Let's breathe. Have an amazing day, family. Peace.